Like many countries affected by the global COVID-19 crisis, sporting activity has ground to a halt in Kenya. Enthusiasts in the East African country have now turned to eSports to fill the gap, as CGTN's Mohamed Abubakar now reports.
COVID-19 has shaken up the sporting world, but globally, eSports is on the rise since it can continue uninterrupted. In Kenya, Farid Kipirash, a founder of Lagalat, a content creation hub that feeds the gaming community with interesting material, agrees that this is an exciting time for eSports.
The stay-home directive has definitely helped eSports, indirectly of course, but when you're confined in a space and the only thing that you can do in that space is interact with what you can reach, you'll see that certain things sort of skyrocketed and peaked. The gaming industry is no different, so eSports has sort of benefited from this period indirectly.
However, despite being in a strong position for growth, eSports still faces numerous challenges.
Funding and that sort of access to these tournaments, these eSports tournaments, and even online tournaments is definitely a challenge in terms of like furthering the sport. The second challenge I see is the audience. For anything to thrive, you need to have an audience that demands the content, that wants the content. So for me, I basically see this as a challenge, because if the audience doesn't know this exists and is a consumable avenue for content, you will have very low numbers, and this proves a challenge in terms of ratings. And if your ratings are low, there will be fewer people willing to invest in your sport.
The setbacks have served as motivation, and according to Farid, the future is only going to get brighter for eSports.
I'd say the future of eSports is quite inviting, because there are bigger budgets across the board, there's more players getting involved, and the audience is ever growing. So with a genre that's so niche, used to be so niche at least, eSports and video gaming in general is growing, and it's looking to go into this space whereby it becomes the top form of entertainment.
With the right investments, eSports in Kenya and Africa at large has something to look forward to in the near future. Mohamed Abubakar, CGTN.